What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby, and this is a little bit of a different video where I am gonna rant my bitch ass off and talk about why the WWE needs to be the PG era, or not necessarily why it needs to be the PG era, why it being the Attitude Era will not solve anything if it was to come back today. One of the biggest things I hear all the time is WWE sucks because it is a PG show. That's what's wrong with the show. It's because they can't have blood, they don't hit, they don't swear, there's not sexually oriented stories anymore. That's why the WWE sucks today. And as somebody that's been watching a long time, and I did kind of take a break once the Attitude Era ended from about 2003 to about 2006, 2007, I stopped kind of watching. And I'm here to tell you that is an absolute pile of shit. And I'm going to tell you why. And you guys may disagree with me. If you agree with my opinions or some of them, please leave a like on the video. It truly does help me out. And what I mean by this is everybody says, oh, the WWE just went PG because Linda McMahon was running for office. That in itself is a pile of bullshit. Yes, the WWE wanted to spruce up its image. Who wouldn't? I mean, honestly, and excuse the burp right there, if you look at where the WWE was back in the day, before 1996, the stuff that happened was not very fluent in professional wrestling. That really edginess, all that stuff really wasn't there. You know, when I was watching the Shawn Michaels documentary the other day, you know, they had brought up a good point about the Rockers that, you know, the more traditional wrestlers, you know, other than the blading and things like that, they never really done those high-flying moves like the Cruiserweights did in WCW, WWE, and, you know, how things were changing. And then in 1996, you know, Vince Russo and, you know, whoever you credit to it, kind of came up with this and became more edgy. Things took off, and by 1998, things were blown out of proportion. Shit was going on. You had puppies, you had Edge and Lita simulating a sex scene in the ring, and it went on and on and on. But from a fan point, right now, if you said to me, okay, so next month, starting in January in 2012, the WWE is going PG-14 again, or TV-14, or whatever the mature rating it is. So next month, John Cena is going to be grinding and fucking Eve Torres in the ring, and Miz and R-Truth are going to have a match with weapons and steel chairs to the head, and doing drugs again because the wellness policy. Now, we don't care about that. Who cares if our, you know, superstars get addicted to painkillers and drugs to cope with the pain? That doesn't matter. As long as we produce a show that the marks want to see, they want to see the injuries, the blood, all that other shit, it'll be a great show, right? No, it won't be. And, you know, this is where my opinion comes in very strongly. I love the Attitude Era, do not get me wrong. It was probably one of the most exciting times in wrestling. You know, if you think of all the things that happened during that time period, you know, I used to love the beer trucks, Stone Cold Steve Austin flipping everybody off, coming out, cracking open beers, having a good time, telling people to shut the hell up, and other words that I'm not going to say in this one, even though I've already said them. And it was amazing. But right now, if you look at, you know, how that happened, you know, the WWE started to die out, and everybody said the ratings are bad, people aren't watching because of this. The reason that the ratings were better back then is because of the shock value. You know, were they long time always watching? No. But if you had, let's say, you know, next week it was announced that John Cena would face Kane in, you know, a hellacious, bloody, whatever, and you would do some crazy-ass stunt, it would probably get a lot more viewers because of the shock value. Is it necessarily because they were fans of the wrestling? No. You know, the wrestling back then wasn't always that great in the first place. You know, it was more of the over-dramatic storylines, kind of like TNA, but I still kind of like the action that goes on in TNA. You know, they say now there's no wrestling in WWE because of John Cena. John Cena is the reason that, you know, the PG era, you know, they're just trying to market towards all the little kids, and it's a complete pile of bullshit. That in itself is a pile of bullshit for one reason. You know, John Cena is, you know, marketed towards kids. It is a family-friendly oriented show for good reason. You know, when the WWE started doing a lot of those things in the Attitude Era, that really kind of made advertisers shy away. Now, if you're a business, let's say you work at home and do web design, and the only way to keep your costs effective are, say, you use GoDaddy hosting. You know, you started building websites for somebody that, you know, GoDaddy doesn't approve of, and now the only way you can make money is for GoDaddy to be your host. You can't afford Namecheap or, any of the other hosting, sites. What do? Do you change the kind of websites you're building, so you can be a profitable business? Or do you say, fuck it, you know what, people want these edgy kind of websites, I'm going to stick with it? No, you don't. You do what you can to save the business. And the WWE, as sad as it is, can make more money off of kids than it can, the older marks, the people that are huge wrestling fans from the Attitude Era. And, that's a sad fact, but it's true. I mean, what would you rather have? People that, just kind of stick around and watch it and you get more viewers, or you're selling the merchandise, things that the kids want, the teens want, family-friendly stuff. As sad as it is to say, and don't get me wrong, I understand where it's coming from, but in my honest opinion, guys, that's what's going on. I do not think it's John Cena's fault. You cannot blame Linda McMahon for things like this, and these are my personal feelings, guys. Stick with it. The reason that the PG era is not like the Attitude Era is simply because, one, it protects the wrestlers more. Violence is not going to make the show better just by having people be able to swear, make it sexually innuendo, sexually oriented. That's not going to make a better show. Honest to God, it is not, guys. Deal with what you have, and a lot of people are probably going to hate on me for that, but it's the truth. Those kind of things are not going to make the WWE fucking amazing again. If anything, it's going to draw people away. It might have to go to a later time slot. And there's a reason the WWE stayed around for so long, and that's because they know what they're doing, and it's working. Buy rates may be down, ratings may be down, but in the end, the wrestlers are safer. I mean, I guess I can't say that because there are injuries, guys, but let me know what you think. What are your feelings? Are you still living in the Attitude Era? Do you want that to come back, guys? My name is Tubby. I apologize for the rant, but WWE PG Era, not so bad. I would like to get a little bit more edgy, but I don't need to see violence and wrestlers getting the shit beat out of them just for my entertainment. I'd like to keep them off painkillers and drugs, and I'm sure the WWE would like to prevent a lot of Kevin Nash's and all the guys that are in rehab. Guys, my name is Tubby. Tubby out.